When you bring your bicycle out after a long period of not riding, such as in the spring and not using it all winter, you might notice that your brakes don't work as well as they used to. The reason for it is very simple. The brake pad material ages standing still. The rubber compound hardens and it becomes more slippery, wooden, not so much engaging. So you don't like your brakes, you don't trust your brakes, you don't feel safe. You don't have to wait and hope that things will sort themselves out. You can take care of it in less than 5 minutes. The brake pads here on these types of models are fully replaceable. That's what this one screw is for. Let me show you what's involved. Of course, you need replacement brake pads or brake shoes, one that's made out of fresh rubber or fresh brake pad compound. It's very easy to replace these brake pads or brake shoes. Of course, you need one that you like. This one is R55C3, made out of a rubber compound or a brake pad compound that is working very well on a dry rim and reasonably well on a wet rim. Replacing this takes just a few minutes and a few tools. 4mm Allen key, 2mm Allen key or hex key, and these are the parts that are involved. Obviously, one of them is left side. This one here was for the left side and this one is for the right side. So 4mm Allen key, remove it from the caliper body, back out the screw, and this brake pad will just very simply slide out, yes, with a little bit of force, yes. The screw is gonna be here in this position when they are together. So this is the old compound. It feels like a really old eraser or rubber, you know, that you use in school. So the new one comes with 2 new bolts. You should use them. Save the old ones just in case the new ones fall out because you didn't tighten them enough or some such thing. The new brake pads or brake shoes are marked clearly: right side, left side, forward facing in the direction of the arrow. Very, very straightforward. It's really important to keep your fingers super duper clean for this brake job. You don't want any residue of any kind on the new brake pads here on the surface in contact with the rim. Because I'm dyslexic, this is how I work. Leave one intact and take apart just one. Pull out what you get out from it and it says right side. So grab the one that's marked right side, same letters, yeah. Right side, forward, forward. So that's the old one. And just put one in. We know it's the right side. It says so, right. Once you get this far, make sure it's really well housed in. Just do this. 2 fingers on it and using the corner, just put the weight on the corner of the brake pad. Like so. Make sure it's really well all the way forward as much as possible. Tighten the bolt on it. The new one comes with thread lock compound, and there, it's been tightened. It doesn't need a gorilla force to tighten it. And then install it right away on the right side on the bicycle. Looking down from here, installed on the right side of the bicycle. Obviously, it's where it should be. You might be thinking, yeah, is this, it could be installed this way, it could be installed this way. Hello, there's an arrow on it pointing forward. So obviously, it's gonna be tightened in this place roughly. Now that the right side is installed on the bike, I take apart the left side. So this way, I only have one left. It's gonna be fairly straightforward and I know where it's going. This screw doesn't need to be fully removed if you want to reuse it, but since you're putting on a new bolt, you might as well. And pushing it out might take a little more effort than this. So again, feels very hard and wooden. Just clean everything. Same deal. And there. That's fully seated. Perfect. Tighten the bolt just like the other one. There. Put it on the bike. Both of them pointing forward. Nice. The left side on the left side, the right side on the right side. Now, they can move quite a bit up and down, as well as the angle can change. So where is it exactly to be mounted? Well, pull the brake, make sure they're both biting, and then align them with the rim. This one is obviously good at the front, not good where the bolt is, the tiny one. So obviously this needs to come up, the whole thing, and needs to be level, and tighten it somewhere here. And thereabouts. Make sure that you have a few millimeters of the rim showing above the brake pad, a few millimeters of the rim showing below the brake pad. So your brake pad is roughly in the middle of this track pad on the rim, yes? Seated, looking like this. And when you tighten this one bolt here in this direction, clockwise, looking at it from here, make sure that the brake pad doesn't rotate with it as well, okay? The whole thing could start rotating it, so you have to hold it. Make sure that after this bolt is tightened, check it again, so the brake is exactly where it should be. The front, the top middle, the underside middle, and the rear of the brake pad is exactly where you want it to be. Also make sure that both arms on this brake caliper work the same way, so they both bite on the rim at the same time, not one side and then the other, or the other way around, one side and then the second one. No, both should move at the same time, the exact same amount. Okay, so likewise there should be a 2-3 millimeter gap on one side, and then equal 2 or 3 millimeter gap on the other side. And there, that's how it should work. Lastly, brake cables, as all wire ropes, stretch out over time. So if the brake lever gets too close to the handlebar for your liking, you can adjust it with this fine adjuster here. Spin it like so. Where you have to lift it after a while, it's gonna spring back down. So now it's gonna be only this much. So when your hands are on the hood, very little effort needs to be applied here for the brakes to operate. And the 2-3 millimeter gap went down to about 1.5 millimeters on both sides, of course. And of course, ride it, try it, test it, make sure it works and it's to your liking, somewhere where you don't crash, like a parkade or parking lot.